Jiggy? Yes, sir.
Little wacky worm fish.
Sir.
I think I might put me one of those jigs on and play with that wacky rig a little bit too. Got some of the Northland wacky rig jigs. Come here, little baby. Come here, baby doll. We're fishing Bienville Plantation today, fishing with my buddy John Robinson. John works for Kurt Trailer Hitches. I guess you just say Kurt because they sell lots of stuff other than trailer hitches now. I use a lot of their stuff. They make truck accessories of all kinds. That's a good little start. We're going to catch some bigger than that, John.
Yes, sir.
I hope.
we are.
I've said that before, and I've had days where I didn't catch anything any bigger than that. So anyway, Bienville Plantation is just like, I don't know how many acres of water they got down here. It's a 12,000 acre place. Incredibly great place. One of my favorite places to fish. But that's a start. I lost my worm. I sure might tie me one on. I'm gonna try one of those jigs on and try it. Just for the, and that's something I caught a fish on a weightless wacky rig. I'm gonna change to a different bait.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I thought
got to try everything.
Why
Jim.
are you gonna do that? Well, because I just want to try it.
They say throw the whole tackle box at them. What they say, I think, don't they, Jimmy? This one feels a little better. A little better fish, Mr. Jimmy.
Right out in front of that tree off that.
Yes, sir. Right off the edge of that tree.
I'll tell you what, I've not had anything come up off the bottom and look at that bait. That's a little better fish.
Yes, sir. Not a bad one. Not a bad one.
I'm really not seeing too much fish out there in open water. They may all be right on that edge.
There it goes.
Bleeding a little bit.
Yep, you gotta get him back in. You gotta get him back in. That's 2 off the wood, so we can definitely probably pattern that today.
There's one. There's one.
Fish on.
He's in that tree. It's the little one. Well, I got John back here. here.
Yeah, you handicapped me. I see you. I see how you do this.
Get stuff out of a box while I fish.
Yeah, you went got me wrong on a wild goose chase.
That's an old Tournament Pros trick right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that terrible? Oh, that's a terrible thing to do.
Oh, you laughing about it. I knew it was all in the game plan. That's all right.
That little, I must put that little box somewhere else. It's a box about that. Yeah, it's on that other side, maybe. Sorry about that.
Other side underneath, okay.
I'm up here catching fish while I got him digging in my boxes back here in the back of the boat.
Well, hey, when the show's named after you, I guess you can do what you want, Jimmy.
I definitely think I need to put an O-ring on this thing. I'm gonna try one of those little wacky rig jigs. If I can find a real light one, like an 1/8 ounce. Oh yeah, I hear something happening back there.
Just
little one.
Call it off that brush pile right there, that stick.
Right where one should have been is right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go back and grow up, young man.
He didn't bite my worm, but he boiled right there on the other side of that little cypress or sweet gum, whatever it is.
I think he did boil. I think he got your worm, it looked like, sir.
I think that one that boiled was bigger than that.
Well, let me throw this buzzbait through there.
I think the one that boiled might have been his girlfriend.
See if we can get a double on right quick. Come on, fish. Work with us.
Come here, buddy.
Yeah, I guess you're going to have to take it off, Jimmy. I don't think I can do my part.
I sure need some O-rings to put on there. I guarantee you that. Them little males are going through my package of worms pretty fast.
Yeah.
I think I'll change colors. That way I can run out of 2 bags instead of 1. What I'm doing here, this is what's called a wacky rig, and I've got that that hook, just put it right about in that egg sac of that worm, and all I'm doing is just putting it through there. And you hear John and I talking about now that usually you use a little bit smaller hook. That's just a regular 2 or 3/0 worm hook right there. Daiichi worm hook's all that is. But usually use a little small, a little bit of a kale bin type hook on there, and a little smaller than that. But all I'm doing is just sticking it right through the egg sac of that worm. That's a little Lucky Cinco type bait made by Lucky Strike, and put it in the middle like that. And I've got it on 20-pound braid, so I'm not really too worried about throwing that up there. Now that bait will hang up like that, but what happens when you're fishing a wacky rig, when you move it and pull it, or if it's falling, it comes back in this area right here, and as it falls down, it's there. And then when you stop it, it goes back and it's straight. So it's folding up and then straightening out. I mean, as you move it, it folds up and then it straightens out. And it's sinking very, very slowly because I don't have any weight on it. What I've been talking about is putting a little lightweight jig head on there where I could fish that thing a little bit deeper, because I believe where we are right now in Florida that most of the big female fish are out in front. I don't think they're up there in that shallow water. Now, maybe some get up there later today, but they'll be cruisers, and this is an excellent bait to catch cruisers. They're going around, that bait is just barely moving, and you know, they see that thing falling, moving and straightening it out and falling, and you can catch them. But I thought about fishing a little bit of weight on it so I can fish out in front of a lot of that stuff and maybe catch some of those females that are going to be up there on the beds. And mostly that's little buck bass or male bass that we're up there now, and that's what we're catching. We're catching mostly the males. We want some of those big females, yet we're fishing where the males are. That's what we're doing. So, but out in front is where the females are going to be. Most of them are going to be about 5 to 8, 9 foot deep is where they're going to be. They're not going to be very deep. Yeah, I asked him, I said, you got that one?
A little better fish.
Caught that fish. He's sitting back there waiting for you.
A little better fish too, I think, Jimmy.
Yeah, he is a little bit better.
A little better fish. And
he is a little bit better.
And I took after you, Jimmy. I'm giving him my worm. He threw my worm. No, he didn't.
No, he still got that worm.
He threw another worm out.
Yeah.
Right back there. A little better fish, still not what we're looking for.
He did throw another. You saw a worm fly?
Yes, sir. I saw a worm fly out, and I literally thought it was mine.
I'll be.
God, I thought, well, there went my worm.
I'm gonna throw that crankbait a little bit, see if I can find something out in front
of us. A little healthier fish.
Might move up in size a little bit, I don't know. Woohoo! Another giant. You have to pick the worm back up to even get a bite though, seems like.
Yes, sir.
We ordered us a rubber O-ring kit from the pro shop here and had it delivered out to us. Tim brought us a deal, and what I have done, because I've had that little O-ring on there, is I have saved my Lucky Sink. And all I got to do is see that little split ring, I say split ring, O-ring. I got it on there, and that kept that bait from falling off, and I get to catch another fish on that bait. That's what I get to do.
It'll be the first time today.
Yeah, it will be.
On the same worm. On the same worm.
Yeah, every time I caught a fish, I had to put a new worm on. Now I've caught one and still have my worm. Plenty of that size.
That one just took off a rung. I didn't have time to do anything but pull back.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come in here, baby.
That's the deal. Pull back on them. See if they want to play this game.
Yes, sir. Jimmy, that ridge in front of you runs right down here. You can see these trees are sitting on a ridge, so it's going to be 3 or 4 foot on top, and then it's going to drop in deeper water both sides of it. So we should be able to catch fish all the way down it.
Fish.
All right, we're gonna have a double.
We got a double. We got a double. About the same size. Except mine's on a spinning rod.
Yep.
Mine's on a spinning rod.
That's right.
Makes them grow a little bit. Makes them grow a little bit.
You want me to turn it loose where yours will be bigger at the time it's in the boat?
No, no, no. I don't want you. I don't. Yours is bigger.
All right, I'm gonna let mine go.
I hope so. While you're down there, unhook that fish.
I knew what you were doing, Jimmy. You're not fooling
I thought you were gonna let
anybody.
it spoil before you turned it loose.
I knew what you were doing. This one gun, he got it down in the gut, bud.
No, he's on the side.
No, it's down in there. But we're gonna get it out.
Oh yeah.
We're just gonna have to go through. A lot of people don't know if you'll just roll that hook off your finger, it'll roll out every time.
Yeah, I thought
Not
you
a
were gonna
bad fish.
I thought you were gonna let that one spoil before you turned him loose.
Well,
This one I was out there, he thought I was teaching him how to swim. Jimmy, I already know how to swim. Go ahead and get me in that boat, turn me loose. I know you're not gonna keep me.
oh man. But I can see there is no feeling sorry.
The deal is on that size fish though, is he is a eating size fish.
He is.
He's the one you take out and fillet.
Yes, sir.
He might have been surprised thinking I was gonna turn him back. I've been eating a few. That's the size I'd keep and eat right there.
Yes, sir.
13 inches long, two nice tasty fillets.
And that's why they put regulations out there for us. There's one.
Only found one off that steep little bank, huh?
Yep. I hadn't saw him. He's acting like he's a little better fish, Jimmy. But I haven't seen him yet. I don't think he's huge by no means.
Back on that worm?
No, spinnerbait of all
Oh,
things.
spinnerbait. All right.
Spinnerbait. Well, like you said, on that steep bank right there.
Fire tiger spinnerbait.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
A little better fish.
Felt like that one I had on spinnerbait a minute ago.
Yes, sir.
Not the same.
Not bad, little nice fish. Another male bass, though, I think.
Yep,
I don't think
right.
it's a female yet.
Just a bigger male.
Just a bigger one.
Hey, little guy. Little spinner plug bass.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Another little male spinner plug bass.
Mm-hmm.
Come here, feller.
He may be he's a little bigger than what we've been catching here recently.
Well, we might be able to, if we was in a tournament, call out a little bit and gain a few ounces.
Yeah, we wouldn't gain much, but you're right.
Wouldn't gain a lot, but if we gain a few ounces, wouldn't gain. Yep. Ooh, sounds good. How big is that fish? Now he was off out in the middle. That's where the big point coming way out there. Yeah. Yeah. That's where that crappie was too. I picked up a crappie jig and had. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's spinnerbait fish too.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah, a little bit better fish. Well, I picked up a crappie jig and I haven't had a bite on my crappie jig. Made one cast with that square bill. Throwed it down. They eating it to them good. There's one. Come up and bit that spinnerbait, little bitty guy.
He did come up and bite the
Right on
spinnerbait,
top
though.
of the water. Right on top of the water. Oh, red man spinnerbait. I've found down here in Florida in a lot of the tournaments that using that little single spin right there, using that single spin right there, well, just seems like it works better in Florida than any other blade to me. Oh, there's another one. Same size. That's his brother. Same size.
Yes, sir.
You know, there ought to be some big cruisers up just cruising around that will jump up and grab one of these baits or grab a worm or something.
You would think so. I did catch that one on plastics right there off that lay down.
Oh, you didn't catch that on spinnerbait?
No, sir. I caught that one on plastic. I cheated on you.
Another one on the spinnerbait. That's the best one I've caught all day right there, I think.
Yes, sir. That's the best one we've had
best
all
one
day.
I've caught all day right there.
Nice fish, Jimmy.
Yeah. Yeah, and now we're talking.
Nice fish.
Getting a little bit better there. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's some sugar booger right there, I'm telling you. Ooh, yeah.
Nice fish.
What's that on, a worm?
Worm.
Worm?
I just let it through out there and just let it go in this deep water,
That's
Jimmy.
a good fish.
Yes, sir.
The bigger fish are out. I mean,
Yeah.
I no doubt in my mind about that. Because we just caught too many up shallow.
Yep.
But getting them to bite, you know, and I mean, it's calmed down. The sun come out. It's kind of like the worst conditions we've had all day long. And you throw out there and get the biggest fish we had all day long. Ah, it's good, though. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Well, we just need to get him in for... Patsy was bored.
You ain't got him caught yet, but that's pretty good fish. Ah, it looks good to me. I like it.
Yes, sir.
Catch his brother and bring it up there and you can land it too. Or his mama. There you go. Yeah, that's better. That's what we're looking for.
There's
Female.
a nice Bienville bass.
Yeah. No, it's not a male, female.
No.
That's a male. Just a big male.
Yeah.
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 That's just, that fish got no eggs in it.
Yep.
You're not gonna find any females, not eggs, got pretty good size right now.
Thank you.
But even that fish is out deeper.
Yep.
Probably the girl that runs around with him is a big old fat girl.
Yes, sir. That's what you come to Bienville for right there, Jimmy.
Yep, that's right. Hey, have you ever had those days when you go out there and you just know you're just right on the brink of being able to catch a big fish on your very next throw? Well, that's kind of the day we've had out here today. We're around a lot of big fish, we know that. And we've catch them on 2 or 3 different baits, mostly spinnerbait and a plastic worm, both regular Texas rig with a slip sinker, and then a wacky rig with weightless wacky rig. We caught them on both, and it doesn't seem that one bait's any better than the other, but let me tell you, when you get in this situation where you got a lot of male fish that's up in shallow water, and you're fishing for them, those females are generally out in about 5 to 8 foot of water, kind of depending on the type of lake you're on. They may be out in 10 or 12 foot of water, but they're usually out in front of you. But here's a big problem. They roam around a lot, and they're just usually not biting much. They're in a situation where they're getting ready to go up there and spawn. That's what they're thinking about. The males, there's not many beds. You see a few beds, but you're catching little fish, and you say, how can I catch a big one? Well, let me tell you, a lot of times you can't. You ever had a situation where you're catching a lot of small fish? And we caught some pretty decent fish. Even most of the decent fish we caught have been males. But here's what I'm telling you, just keep on chunking and winding. As you get close to situations where late in the evening, like we are right now, a lot better chance to catch a big fish as the sun gets low. You get a little wind, you get a little cloud cover. But there's gonna be those days when it doesn't matter what you do. You can be around a lot of big fish and simply not catch them. And when you get in this situation, 2 or 3 baits work good. Like I said, worms, spinner baits, a little crankbait, and the big fish could be the very next cast. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. Remember, I sure do love you.